Hello, Oregon community, and welcome back to the show. I'm Dottie Love with Sporty Speakers. The topic we'll discuss on this segment is about how one of our local organizations called HomePlate is helping homeless kids. And joining me are Bridget Calfee, HomePlate's Executive Director, and Rick Martin, a volunteer with HomePlate, both who I considered angels for the work that they do. And I'd like to welcome both of you to the show. I'm so glad that you're here.
Thanks,
Thank
Dottie.
you.
Yeah. Homelessness amongst kids, it's growing in our community, and you are wanting to make a difference in that space. Tell us about HomePlate and how it's benefiting the community, Bridget.
Sure. HomePlate is a nonprofit that we serve youth experiencing homelessness or housing instability, and we do that through our three main programs: drop-in centers, street outreach, and youth employment. And it benefits the community because we all care about young people and we want them to succeed. And these are young people that weren't naturally surrounded by a support system.
You said 3 ways, drop-in centers. What is that?
Drop-in centers are a place where youth can get their basic needs met. So they can come, everything we get donated we give away, so they can have hygiene supplies, clothes, they can take a shower, they can get food, they can do their laundry, and connect with our staff and volunteers to help them look at what's next for them.
And the other 2 were?
Street outreach.
Street outreach.
We take backpacks and literally go to where youth are congregating, like skate
Wow.
parks and transit centers, and bring the services to them. So we have our outreach workers have green backpacks, and they carry water bottles in the summer and snacks and socks and hand warmers in the winter, and just try to connect with youth literally where they are.
Wow. And the last category is what?
This is our youth employment program.
Yes. Okay. There is an estimated 21,000, I was shocked when I read that number, 21,000 homeless kids just in our community. And Washington County being one of the top areas. What is leading to that?
Well, a lot of young people are struggling with their families. Their families are living in poverty. I would say that's the #1 reason, is the affordable housing crisis, and they just cannot make ends meet. And so youth are on their own, sometimes with their families and living in poverty conditions with them, but often on their own
Really?
to try to make ends meet. Yeah.
Really? And how many kids have you helped since you've opened your doors?
We started back in 2005, so we've served over 8,000 young people.
8,000 homeless kids.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a whole lot. And there's this thing that I understand when I was reading about it, that there's this thing that's called unaccompanied minors. What is that?
That means that they are not attached to a guardian. So
At
that's
all?
usually
a
the
parent, a
Right.
relative, they're on their own.
Right.
Wow.
That
And what
can-
is that number? Do you know off the top of your head?
That's closer to 500
Wow.
in Washington County.
Wow. Kids show up at your doorstep. They don't know what to get. Someone has referred them to you. How do they get the referrals? How do they find out?
First through our street outreach program.
That's how most of your kids get help?
I would say the #1 way is from youth themselves. They are
Really?
our best outreach workers. They tell their friends, they have built the trust with us, and they tell their friends and they bring their friends. But other ways are through the schools and other nonprofits, even the library. We're very close to the library in Beaverton, so the librarians have referred youth over.
Wow. So the kids are going there for warmth and safety,
Yeah.
and the librarians see that they need help.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. And when they show up at your door, what can they expect?
They can expect a warm face to welcome them inside from the cold or the heat, and they can make themselves some food. We have a pantry and a freezer stocked with foods that young people like to eat, and so they can make themselves some food. And they can just relax and take some respite from their stress that they're experiencing in life. And they can play a game with our staff. They can work on a resume with our employment coordinator. We really try to find what the youth are needing and kind of build a plan with them, and they're leading the plan.
Excellent. So in addition to that, you also help with job placement. Not only with preparing to get a job, but actually giving them employment. What are your employment programs?
Yes, through the recession, we found that employers were not taking chance on a lot of people. It was hard to get a job, but especially for young people who didn't have an employment background. And so we decided to employ them ourselves. And our first program was called Sit and Stay. And
Sit
so,
and Stay.
Yeah,
What is that?
we operate a dog daycare for
Yay!
for the Beaverton Farmers Market on Saturdays in the summer. And so people who are coming to the market can drop their dogs off for a small fee, and our youth gain cash handling, dog handling, customer service, and we've seen a lot of success with them just having something on their resume, even if it was HomePlate that hired them, and just building the confidence throughout the summer.
And those are resumes that you actually help them in writing and developing and building. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the other program is Home Perk, and that's a coffee service with a local church, and they provide one-on-one coaching, and they learn coffee service, they learn again customer service, and that's a month-long internship, paid internship that the youth get, and we can put many youth through that program, and we've seen a lot of success with that too, and we're just embraced by the church community as well.
There is a story that's in your annual report for, I believe, 2017 that I read, and it was a story of Jane. And Jane actually showed up at your doorstep. She was house hopping one sofa to a next in a chaotic environment, and she showed up just wanting a tent, is when she showed up day one. And she ended up in your Home Perks program, and from that got job training, landed a job, was able to get in an apartment, all through coming in your doors looking for a place to sleep.
Right.
That's an amazing commentary, I think, for the work that you do. Thank
you. Yeah, a lot of youth just need a little support to get where they're going in life. And can I talk about the last program?
What is that?
It's our newest youth employment program. It is called It Takes a Village.
And how long has that been in place?
Just in the fall. We just started it in the fall of 2017 as a way that we needed a third program that youth could just show up and work. And so we worked with some local artists and a woodworker, and we have put together these villages that youth come in and sand and paint, and now they're for sale on our website.
Oh, wow.
And youth they just show up and get paid that day. And so we had this lovely product, and it was a pilot program, so we're still learning a lot about it, but we learned that youth loved coming and doing art. So they're creating some piece of art.
You then put that art on the website to sell. Do they get a part of the commission from the sale, or you pay them initially?
Them out early, and they get paid when they leave. Yeah, they show up to work and they walk home with a paycheck. So
that is awesome.
Just helping youth getting out of that crisis mode of
needing money immediately.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Now, how big is the organization? Because that sounds like a lot of work to be doing. How big is your staff?
We have 12 people that are on staff, as well as over 800 volunteers.
Volunteers, that's the lifeblood of making this work. And Rick, you're one of those volunteers. Thank you for what you're doing.
Absolutely.
How did you hear about HomePlate?
For a long time I wanted to do something with youth, but I wasn't really sure. And then life happens and years go by, and by chance a representative from the Beaverton School District spoke at my church. And she shared about the issue of homelessness and the transitional housing that a lot of youth were facing. And certainly that touched my heart, and so I spoke with her afterwards, and she referred me to HomePlate and to explore volunteer opportunities with them. I did, and I landed on a Wednesday night, which I'm very thankful. It's awesome. HomePlate is awesome for what they do. They really serve an invisible part of our community.
I did not know those numbers. This is a shocking number to me.
It's unfortunate, the sheer amount of youth.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's something that I knew I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so I just pursued it.
And what's the day in the life of the volunteer kind of work you do? Because there's a lot of different things, right? Helping the kids, working at the facilities, doing other programs. What did you do specifically?
At the drop-in, I just hung out with the kids. I was just able to be there and greet them and welcome them. One thing that HomePlate has taught me, because I've been there for a little while, that I really didn't know before how to accept an individual just as they are.
Yeah.
And just where they're sitting in life, the struggles they're facing, just accept them and welcome them and be a positive person, and for the couple hours that you get to hang out with them. And so that was really powerful, and that was from the first night that I was in that Wednesday drop-in. So I stayed there for well over 5 years.
5 years.
And I've done many things with HomePlate.
Such as?
Well, the sit and stay. I help them out every spring and doing the interviewing and helping the youth.
Interviewing to be a sit and stay participant,
worker.
youth worker.
Yep.
All right, I love that title, youth worker.
It is a position that they need to interview for. And
I like that because that's a skill building opportunity right
Exactly.
there.
And the youth really take it seriously. And oftentimes they'll go to the clothes that are available. They'll try to find the best pair of shoes and
Because they
a
can
button-down
shop for
shirt.
clothing.
Sure.
Wow.
And we offer a very formal interview, and then we provide feedback on how they could improve their interview skills. And so it's a whole process.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in the professional environment and I didn't get that kind of treatment. How awesome is that? Right. So you have had a lot of success stories, I'm sure.
Well, success is an interesting term.
All right.
I think for a lot of the youth that I've seen, seeing them week after week is successful. Sometimes they drop off the radar and you're not sure, how they're doing or what they're doing. And so them just coming back and being able to stay connected with them is successful.
Yeah.
There's some that just, that oftentimes they're dropped out of school, or their school is disrupted in some ways. So getting their GED is a huge success.
And you have a program to help with that, with GED?
Not necessarily a program to help with them, but certainly encouraging them to not give up
get it.
and to pursue that. I know I could refer to HomePlate's staff at what resources are available to them, and they're always there to encourage. If they find stability in their housing, that's a
Yes.
huge success.
That is.
If they find a job, that's a huge success.
It
Anything
is.
that's going to help them gain their independence.
And how many kids have you worked with over the past 5 years?
Quite a few thousand, I would say, on Wednesdays. Wednesday
Really?
was a fairly significant drop-in.
Wow.
Yeah.
And why is that? The middle of the week?
More of the location. It was a fantastic location, and it attracted not only youth that were actually out on the street, but any transitional housing. It's right off the max, and so there was a lot of drivers that brought the population in.
That makes sense. So Rick, tell me, share one of a story that you think would be impactful to our listening audience, something that you think they should walk away and think about.
Well, on the Wednesday night drop-in that I was a part of, we had access to a gym. And once a month, we would open the gym up and we would play a game called Knockout. Now, within this drop-in, we have like 40 plus kids running around, ages 12 to 24. And we would line up and play a game called Knockout. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Knockout.
I'm not.
But,
This sounds painful, but go ahead.
It isn't. It's any skill level could play it, and we would play it that one night a month that we would open the gym. We'd line up at the three-point line, and we'd have two basketballs, and the first person would get a ball, and the second person would get a ball. For a little backup or background, the person who shoots first, if he misses, they get a rebound, and then they do a layup. And the moment that first person shoots, the second person gets to shoot. And so if the second person makes their basket and the first person doesn't, then they'd be knocked out. So that's
Got
the
it.
point of the game.
Knocked out, got
If
it.
you play it in your neighborhood, you can interfere with the other player's ball. Well, in my gym, we would play with honor, where you couldn't interfere. You would have to win initially, legit. And so dealing with 12, 13, 14-year-old boys, they're full of bravado. And there was this one named Joe, and he He would tell you right to your face, he's going to knock you
out.
out. That's right, that's right. And he wasn't
Joe.
afraid. He would tell everybody. Anyway, being there so long, over the years, as I see them grow, I would be at the front of the line, and I would often, if there was a lesser skilled player ahead of me, I would just wait and let them continue to try to shoot their layup until they made it, and I wouldn't knock them out. And so that would, they'd be yelling at me, all the kids behind me. Well, a couple years after we started playing knockout, I'm at the back of the line and I hear all the kids yelling at Joe. And they're telling him to shoot, just come on. And he's just sitting at the line, just dribbling a basketball. And he was letting the player who was ahead of him just continue to struggle trying to make the shot. He understood what grace was all about.
He did.
And so I knew I wouldn't have to worry about Joe anymore as he grew into the man he's become.
Yeah.
So it was really a cool moment, I know, for me to see that. And I saw that in more than one youth. I saw that over the years I've been there on Wednesdays. They grow, and they learn, and they mature, and it rubs off on them. So it's pretty cool.
What message would you, or advice would you give to someone considering volunteering?
I would consider, you just do it. Whether it's your time, it's your treasure, it's however you can support this organization or an organization that's important to you, that supports you. Don't wait. Just explore the options, get involved. You've got a lot of experience in life, and share it. That's all I did.
And that's what makes you an angel. Thank you.
Thank you.
A question for you, though. You service Washington County, is that correct? And how many facilities or locations do you have in Washington County?
We currently have our headquarters location where we operate drop-in 2 days a week, and then we have a location in Hillsborough. That's our original location that's been going every single Thursday night for 14 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we're currently looking for a future home for HomePlate and expanding our drop-in services.
You are? Do you know which county that's going to be in? It will be in Washington County
It will be in
as
Washington
well?
County, yeah.
Okay.
And we just recently got expanded our outreach team, so we're able to reach the outer parts of the county, like Forest Grove and Cornelius.
Nice. Nice.
With street outreach.
So what other volunteer positions that are available that you can mention that we haven't talked about yet?
Sure. So at our Thursday drop-in, we have dinner groups that come. So that's a great opportunity for a group, a family, a church group, a corporate group to come prepare the meal together and serve it to the young people. That's one way. We have a lot of behind-the-scenes support. We have our day center where we have volunteers come in right at our drop-in day center, and they can come and just be with the youth. And similar to what Rick does is just, we call it therapeutic hanging out. They can just be with young people, meet them exactly where they are, and just listen.
So we talked about volunteers, but organizations also help. What are some of the things that organizations are doing for HomePlate?
We have a group that is coming in to paint our bathroom. We recently remodeled it to have it be ADA accessible.
Makes sense.
And so we have groups that come in and just support us in that way with the facilities and come organize. We get a lot of in-kind donations, like all the things I mentioned, hygiene supplies and socks and clothes, and we have groups come in and organize that so the youth can access it really readily.
And of course, donations, organizations also donate. That's another means.
Exactly. They do drives, sock drives, bus ticket drives. All of that is extremely helpful.
Nice. If someone wants to volunteer, or maybe an organization is hearing this and think, you know what, I want to help, how can they get in touch or find out more about HomePlate?
They can go directly to our website at www.homeplateyouth.org. Or you could email our volunteer coordinator at volunteer@homeplateyouth.org. On our website, it shows more of the opportunities that are available for volunteering, and our volunteer coordinator holds frequent orientations and trainings that people can just hop in and kind of ask questions and learn if it's a good fit for them.
Wow. Nice. Well, I really appreciate both of you coming on and sharing this. I think this is a great message to get out to our community. And thank you for joining us here at TV Toastmasters. We enjoy sharing stories much like what you heard tonight that highlight things that are happening in our community. Our Toastmaster clubs also help individuals looking for public speaking and leadership opportunities for growth. If that is something that you may be looking forward to as well, I encourage you to find a club near you. Until next time, Oregon community, have an amazing day. Welcome to an opportunity to take the next step of your professional speaking journey. I want you to be honest with yourself. Have you ever wished you were a star in a television show or at an event where the media is interviewing bystanders and you are wanting to be picked to give your opinion of the event? Or even in the smallest sense, you're at a sports game and secretly hope that your smiling face would appear on that big jumbo screen TV? But the jumbo screen always finds the fans with the painted faces. And you think to yourself, maybe next time. Well, what if I can offer you a chance to be on TV? Would you take it? That is what I want to offer you now. I'm Dottie Love, Associate TV Producer and Director. Toastmasters International is one of the largest organizations whose mission is to help improve your speaking skills. And District 7 is expanding your opportunities to do speaking via television. We have 4 fully equipped television studios and TV Toastmaster broadcasts to over 500,000 homes, plus a YouTube channel. Who knew? We want to invite you to take advantage of using media and television, either in front or behind the scenes. Let me share a few options that you have. First, you can be a guest on a show. Highlight your business or hobby or your community interest. Anything you're passionate about. Be a featured guest. Secondly, you can train to be a host on an ongoing TV segment. We will train you for that. Third, what about creating your own talk show? We will train you for that as well and give you access to a community media studio to do just that. Or lastly, be behind the scenes, either running a camera or editing shows. You decide which avenue is best for you, and our TV Toastmasters team will help you to navigate to get the most out of your media experience. Personally, I've done them all. I started as a guest, went to hosting, up to directing my own TV show. I don't tell you this to impress you. I tell you this to impress upon you that your personal growth with Toastmasters is directly related to what you take advantage of. And I encourage you to be bold in looking for opportunities to stretch and grow. If this intrigues you, or if you have club members who you think that might be interested in this, please contact us here at TV Toastmasters. I'm Dottie Love, and you can reach me or any of us in the TV Toastmasters family at the contact information at the bottom of the screen. You can also find us on the web. Our website is 7512.toastmastersclub.org.
Hi, I'm Deb Hart. I'd just like to share with you how appreciative I am of being able to be a TV Toastmaster host. I get to share stories within the community, have people come on the show and educate the viewers, and talk about a subject that I'm very familiar with, and that's health. I encourage you to come aboard and be a part of our TV Toastmasters Host Club. It's fun. You'll have a good time.
Have a story that others need to hear? Seeking an audience for your message? Have an experience that can transform the lives of others? Practice your message and perfect its delivery in a TV studio while creating content for regional, national, and international exposure. That's right, get seen by an ever-increasing audience. Visit TV Toastmasters.
Ken Coombs here speaking about TV Toastmasters. As an area director, I see more value in that venue than perhaps some of you do, so I want to share that. Providing a televised voice for District 7, its clubs, and their members not only gives people a chance to come here and get a project ticked off that says speak on television, it gives contestants in an area contest or a division or a district contest at least a chance to come and practice and see what they look like. It gives people a chance to share an important message with the district, whatever that might be. So consider your next speech perhaps being on television. Not your 15 minutes of fame, but your chance to reach a broader audience.
I joined Toastmasters to improve my speaking, listening, communication, and leadership skills.
Toastmasters gave me
incredible confidence,
confidence,
great listening skills,
poise,
great leadership skills,
the ability to speak in public,
strength, a captive audience,
quality feedback from the more experienced Toastmasters.
Toastmasters really helped me improve my listening skills.
sales skills, opportunities to go to different groups and widen my whole horizon. Toastmasters has given me a more focused me, and I'm a much better listener. Toastmasters is fulfilling.
It's a great place to fail your way to success.
wonderful way to meet people.
Networking. Strength. It's addictive.
It's a club of self-improvement.
It's an experience, it's a ride that you won't forget, and you'll enjoy it every step of the way.
Toastmasters helped me land a kick-butt job. I sang at one of my table topic speeches, and people liked it and applauded.
My business is doing great, and I'm very, very grateful to Toastmasters.
It's been a great experience for me. Thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmasters, for giving me so much confidence.
Thank you, Toastmasters, for everything.